What it do? Bedtime crew. Hey man, listen, today I'm here to talk about why Stipe would have beat Jon Jones at UFC 295. This is literally facts. So I've brought out the PowerPoint to spit nothing but facts and to give you really important information, really powerful and poignant information. Let's get straight into this shit, bro. Number one reason why. Okay. Oh shit, my fault. I didn't mean to put this one in there, bro. That's not yet. All right, let's go. Step number one. Stipe Miocic's layoff is not a bad thing, bro. All these motherfuckers on here talking about, oh, Stipe's gonna be 47 years old when he fights Jones. Oh my god, Stipe's been out for fucking ever, bro. Like, he doesn't even deserve the title shot. First of all, he's the fucking best heavyweight champion in the UFC's history. That's number one. Okay. Second of all, he has a very valid reason to take time off. And by the way, didn't Jon Jones just come back from a fucking longer layoff? This dude was out of the cage for 3 years just to bulk up. And when he got back in the cage, this guy's not even bulking. He's fucking bulging, bro. Look at his stomach, dude. This guy was putting in a fucking training camp with DJ Khaled, bro. Literally took 3 years off just to get his weight up. Very convenient timing. We'll talk about that later. Stipe had a very valid reason to take some time off. And I think it's for the better that he did. Because number one, he got knocked the fuck out, right? So he's had 2 years to recover his chin, his body. He's probably got a bunch of injuries because the last thing that people always forget when they talk about this division and they talk about fights in this division, heavyweight's an old man's division, dude. Heavyweight is literally a division for the oldest fighters in the world. People forget that Alistair Overeem was like on the verge of title contention at like 41, 42. Before he retired from the UFC, bro. Like, this is a fucking old man's division. This ain't bantamweight. This ain't lightweight where you have to be a fucking 20-year-old little midget, bro. This is the real man's division, okay, bro? And heavyweight, layoffs aren't too bad. Being a bit older, it's not a big deal, okay? Let's move on to another point. Jon Jones is literally old too, okay? Jon Jones is at his fattest. He's at his slowest. He's his oldest he'll ever be. He's, not near where he was at his peak, but people act like he's still in his prime. They're like, oh, Jones by murder. Oh, Jones is going to massacre this old man. Jon Jones is injury prone now because he's old. I didn't even know this. I researched this. Yeah, me, Bedtime MMA, did research, bro. Jones got injured before the Stipe fight. He's out for 8 months. If they fight again, he's going to be coming off one of the worst injuries of his career, probably the worst injury. And he was already injured and barely sparring heading into the Cyril Gane fight. Plus, his toes are bad as well. But he was literally injured before the Gane fight as well. So he is getting older. He is human. And I think a lot of people forget that. When I talk about Stipe winning, people act like that's blasphemous to say. Like, this guy's fucking human, right? Like, he's gonna get old and he's probably gonna lose one day, or he's gonna fucking, retire, like, and not be able to do it anymore. So I don't know, man. I just think it's weird that people are like, oh, Jones by whatever he wants. Like, he's not that much better than Stipe or that much bigger and stronger. Stipe is a real heavyweight, okay? And speaking of, number 3, heavyweight is fucking terrible, bro. Okay? Now listen, Pavlovich, Aspinall, Jones, Stipe. Pretty good fighters. But can we stop pretending that this Cyril Gane win is like, oh my god, Jones is the best heavyweight ever. Jones murders Stipe. Oh my god, nobody can beat Jones. First of all, it literally should have been Curtis Blades or Pavlovich fighting Jones for the belt. I don't give a fuck, dude. Cyril Gane was 1-1. He lost to Ngannou. Then he beat Tuivasa, which shouldn't get you a title shot in this division. I'm sorry. Curtis Blades was on a winning streak. Pavlovich was on a winning streak. And Curtis Blades literally got told, if Jones vs. Ngannou falls out, you're the backup for the fight. So I don't know how he didn't get the title shot, and he's a worse matchup for Jones. Go figure. He can wrestle, right? He might not be able to strike. He might have no fucking fight IQ, but he can fucking wrestle, dude. So pretty interesting that he didn't get that title shot. Because Cyril Gane's such a big star. Everybody knows Cyril Gane, right? He's a big deal. And last thing I got to say on this section is, Stipe was actually doing pretty good against Ngannou compared to his other opponents, right? Like, let's not act like he's not still elite. Like, he looked good in his last fight. He just lost to Ngannou, who was on a huge winning streak, just killing everybody at heavyweight. Stipe's always had good skills, and I think the reason that people always say he's underrated is because every time he comes back to fight, oh my god, Stipe's fucking terrible, bro. He's done, bro. He's old. He's washed up. He's gonna retire after he loses this, and he always wins, bro. Like, I don't know, man. I feel like you guys just forget fucking history, dude. So, that's my third point. Let's move on and talk about some shit that maybe people don't want to hear. Jon Jones is literally petrified of Stipe, or he was petrified of Stipe. Like I said, this dude waited 3 years to get to the heavyweight title and conveniently decided to fight for the belt when Stipe got slumped. He ain't coming back. Francis left the promotion. He ain't coming back. Right? He had all this time where he could have come up and fought Stipe, but he decided not to. Obviously, he also didn't want to fight Pavlovich and Aspinall. Like, let's be real. If Stipe had pulled out and they had said, all right, do you want to fight Pavlovich for the belt? Jones would have said no. Like, we know Jones would have said no. They would have done an interim belt. You know this. You know this. Okay? And just want to say, I thought Stipe got offered the fight, but Dana said they didn't offer Stipe the interim title fight. I just want to say, Chad Stipe, bro. This guy doesn't even get offered to fight these guys because he's such a fucking legend. They're like, nah, bro, you're not fighting for the interim belt. You're the fucking heavyweight goat, bro. You'll fight for the belt when you're ready. So, shout out to Stipe, bro. Literally, shout out my label. That's me, bro. That's what Stipe said, bro. Get the fuck out of here, dude. You ain't fighting for the interim belt. Have fun, though, bro. I'm surprised Aspinall agreed to that. I thought he would have been he got on the phone and would have just been like, I don't want to fight for the interim belt. I don't want to rush things. I want to take things nice and slow. I think I should fight Sergey Spivak again before I prove to myself that I can fight for the belt. If you're looking for somebody to fight for the title, maybe get Marcin Tybura. He is a good fighter. I think that's what probably happened over the phone, and then Dana was like, shut the fuck up, kid. So that's one thing that we got to talk about, bro. And the last reason that I need to tell you why Stipe would have won, okay? And nobody needs to like people aren't gonna like this one, but they got to hear the truth. Jon Jones is overrated as fuck right now, bro. Jon Jones is overrated as fuck right now, bro. Not talking about his legacy. Not talking about his legacy at all. I'm talking purely skill and physicality. Jon Jones is good. He fucking lost to Dominic Reyes 2 fights ago. Like, let's not pretend that didn't happen, okay? He lost to Dominic fucking Reyes. That's not aging well at all, okay? And you can say what you want. Oh, he was bored. It was bored in there. Trust. You know, you still fucking lost to Dominic Reyes, bro, okay? He didn't look good against Garn on the feet, okay? And by the way, one thing that I always see when this fight got announced, people are like, oh, Jones by KO in round 1. Jones by finish in round 1. When has Jones ever had power in his hands? Let's not act like he's going to just chin Stipe. It took Ngannou 2 fucking fights to do it, bro. Okay? Stipe can wrestle. Okay? He took down DC. He defended takedowns off DC. He outstruck DC pretty easily in their last fight. Okay? And I think he could have won the first fight that he had with DC if he wasn't coming straight off the Ngannou fight. But realistically, like, Stipe is a better boxer than Jones. That's a fact. Hits harder than Jones. That's a fact. Okay? Good wrestler. Good enough wrestler. Has taken down DC. Defended takedowns off DC. You know, which is comparable to what Jones is capable of. He's a big guy. He's a real heavyweight. So, let me just spit my conclusion here. In conclusion, based on this evidence, Stipe would have outboxed Jon Jones with his jab, with his hooks against the fence. He would have stuffed enough takedowns and would have been a real heavyweight that can actually fucking wrestle. An elite heavyweight, which Jones hasn't faced yet, with a refreshed chin. He's probably high motivation. It's probably his retirement fight. And he would have won a 48-47 decision or got fucking robbed by the judges. You know, I'm not stupid, okay? I'm not stupid. I know that the judges don't want Stipe to win this one. But all I got to say to finish this video off, man, it's just crazy that people are like shitting on Stipe like he's this old fucking beat up guy and he's like a bum. Jones is the one that's riddled with injuries, terrible physique right now, you know, contemplating retirement, open, like just talking about, yeah, I want my legacy to be good. I'm not going to fight hard fights, you know, and he's at his absolute worst. The thing that made Jones so scary back in the day was his speed and his athleticism and, you know, the violent stuff that he does. Jones is still good, but let's not act like he's still peak Jon Jones. This is, if he was ever going to lose, it'd be right fucking now, dude. And I think Stipe had all the tools to do it. So I don't know how they'll go if they fight again. I don't know if he will fight again, to be honest. But all I got to say, Pavlovich hate crimes both of these dudes, to be real, let's be honest. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. I know this is an unpopular opinion, but I just had to say it because people act like I'm crazy for saying that Stipe could have beat Jones. And hopefully this evidence, maybe this changes your mind a little bit, or you kind of see where I'm coming from. But let me know what you guys think down below. Who do you think would win this fight? Do you want to see this fight again, or do you just want to see them move on? Let me know what you think, boys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Go follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Bedtime MMA. I'll see you in the next video, boys. Goodbye.